Yes, Liverpool fans, it is official. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Scouser, who helped redefine the fullback position in the Premier League, has announced he will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. A player who was not only a key tactical component of Jurgen Klopp's golden era, but also a symbol of the club's identity. For many fans, this feels like the end of an era. But as we know, football doesn't wait, and Liverpool are entering a new phase under Arne Slot, especially after winning the Premier League. But the big question is, who fills the void? Is the answer already at Anfield? Can 21-year-old Conor Bradley step up and become Liverpool's new right back for years to come? Or do the Reds need to dip into the transfer market? In this video, we will be taking a look at Conor Bradley's style of play, his strengths and his weaknesses, and how he could potentially fit into Slot's system. We'll also be taking a look at alternative right backs Liverpool could be pursuing in this summer transfer window, and what are the fans really saying about this potential change. Trent Alexander-Arnold is arguably the most influential right back Liverpool have ever had. In fact, we'll go as far as saying as the Premier League have ever had. His attacking numbers are absolutely staggering. Since making his debut, he has appeared 352 times at the time of this video, scoring 23 goals and 92 assists. Now, those numbers are even better than some of your favorite attacking players ever. And I mean ever, in any generation, in any walk of life. Under Jurgen Klopp, Trent played in an almost advanced quarterback-like role. His average position often matched that of a central midfielder or potentially even a right winger. He orchestrated play with pinpoint diagonal balls, whipped crosses, and clever set pieces. Defensively though, there were always questions. He was occasionally caught out in transition and struggled 1v1, especially against elite wingers, but Liverpool's high pressing system protected him. And of course, with Klopp gone and Arne Slot implementing a new tactical blueprint for the team and Trent Alexander-Arnold, the timing of Trent's departure, with Liverpool winning the Premier League, Trent Alexander-Arnold's second time of doing so, whether this was planned or coincidental, it does open the door to major structural change. Enter Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley's rise is the stuff of dreams. Born in Northern Ireland in 2003, he joined Liverpool's academy in 2019. From a young age, he was known for his energy, work rate, and smart positioning. His big break in senior football came during a loan spell at Bolton Wanderers in the 22-23 season. There, he played 53 games, scoring 7 goals and getting himself 6 assists. He won both the Player and Young Player of the Year award, but most importantly, he developed under pressure and proved his ability to adapt tactically in senior football, playing a variety of positions down that right-hand side. You could see from such a young age that this was someone who looked like he was willing to do the hard yards. Back at Liverpool for the following season, he waited patiently, and when Trent got injured, Bradley seized the moment. His performance against Chelsea in 2024 was electric. A goal and an assist, 100% tackles won, and total dominance on that right flank. The Anfield crowd erupted. This was no longer just a backup. This was the player demanding to be taken seriously. Now, when we do look at Conor Bradley's style of play, not all Liverpool fans are convinced. On one hand, Bradley is young, he's coachable, and he's bursting with potential. On forums, on Twitter, online, fans, they praise his defensive IQ and his energy. He's seen as a better natural defender than Trent Alexander-Arnold, which could potentially suit Slot's system. But concerns exist. He's missed a lot of games due to injury, and injuries at this stage of a player's development can be disruptive. Now, he's already had 3 minor injury spells, and there's also the fear of overexposure. Can he handle Champions League, intensity, Premier League every single week? We don't know yet, of course, until we see him play. Now, additionally, his passing range, while it's tidy, it isn't game-changing like Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily matter because not everybody can be Trent. But if Liverpool rely on their right back for build-up play, can Bradley evolve into that type of individual? Can he be that creative player? Can he turn into that type of defender? Or will Liverpool have to look for alternatives in other areas of the pitch? Will that then hinder you on the slot system? Will that then change things? Who knows? But of course, Bradley does have enthusiasm. He has the energy. He can get up and down that right hand side, and he does seem relatively comfortable in possession, as you guys can see with the highlights here. His tackling is also really good. He seems to time them really well, and he doesn't really over commit. Against high tempo teams, he remains composed, positioning himself intelligently to block passing lanes and force play wide. He's also a player who offensively, he likes to overlap with real intent. Bradley likes to play crisp 1-2s, has great control in tight spaces, and isn't afraid to drive into the box. Now, of course, he's not elite at anything, and who would expect that from someone 21 years of age, especially as he's been sitting on the bench for quite some time, but he's got above average stats for a 21-year-old right back. And Total Football Analysis do praise his body orientation when receiving passes. He's always on the half turn, scanning and ready to progress the ball. His passing is short and sharp, favouring efficiency over flair. Now, there are a lot of questions as to whether Bradley could fit into Slot's system. Slot's system could actually be the perfect environment for someone like Conor Bradley. Bradley's strengths align perfectly well with Slot because he is someone who is defensively reliable. He allows the centre backs to stay compact, and his energy helps with high pressing in the wide channels. Slot's right backs usually are structured but attacking, and that's something that Conor Bradley brings to the team. Now, of course, he doesn't bring the same on the ball qualities as a Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Slot might not necessarily need that in his system going forward. Now, as we all know, Slot likes his fullbacks to invert, especially on that right hand side. Now, of course, he doesn't necessarily always do it for both flanks, so we could have a left back who inverts instead, and then you've got the right back who will play high and wide. But if, for example, he does want to keep it this way, can Bradley stick with that? Can Bradley evolve into that type of individual who can play in central areas, needs to be comfortable playing in that midfield area because, of course, it creates that numerical advantage in the middle of the park, but has to be savvy enough to understand when he needs to get back and defensively switched on to understand when the opposition are ready to make a move. If, though, for example, Slot does decide to go with a right back who just needs to be high and wide, I do feel that Bradley can do that role pretty well. He is someone who can overlap, as mentioned before, on the outside of the winger, who will of course be Mohamed Salah. So it's then about creating that link with Mohamed Salah, understanding when he needs to go, when he needs to offer himself as an option for the pass, when he needs to go on the inside, play the 1-2s, but hopefully he'll be clever and savvy enough to be able to do that. So, of course, the question does remain, who should Liverpool sign if they were to sign a right back? Now, of course, we've got players like Jeremy Frimpong, who is an explosive and attack-minded, playing at wing-back for Leverkusen. You could get someone like him. You can get Monaco's Van der Sar, who's young, technical, highly rated. There are other players out there as well. We've still got Gertruda, who's currently playing for RB Leipzig, someone who on a Slot knows really well. Or you can go out there and get a player who can play right back and centre back, for example, Jules Koundé at Barcelona. Whether he would potentially move to Liverpool in the summer, of course, begs the question. But ultimately, it's going to be about balance. Backup, not competition. Development, not disruption. Does keeping someone like Conor Bradley in that position make a lot more sense with the skill set that he can possibly bring? Do Liverpool need to bring in another body just so that if Bradley does get injured, and of course he does pick up quite a few injuries, and if he does get injured, we need someone who's capable enough to play that role. We're going to need other players there. So I think there's quite a lot to think about for someone like Arne Slot. Conor Bradley might not be the next Trent Alexander-Arnold, but maybe he doesn't need to be. With Arne Slot ushering in a new tactical identity, possibly for next season, Bradley does have the potential to thrive on his own terms as a balanced, intelligent, hard-working right-back. The question isn't if he can replace Trent, it's whether Liverpool are ready to evolve and change into something else. And in Conor Bradley, they might already have the perfect symbol of that evolution. Guys, what do you think? Is Bradley ready to be Liverpool's right back for the next decade? Or let's just settle for 5 years? Or should the Reds still look for more experience and a different type of right back? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you smash a like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace!